What's going on, bros and babes? So today I will be reviewing my Sandisk Sansa Clip Zip 8GB MP3 player. It currently retails on the Sandisk site for $70 for this 8GB version and $50 for the 4GB model. I'll start off with the cons and leave on a good note with the pros of the product. Overall, I really like this product and it completely satisfies my needs for buying it. So the pros will far outweigh the cons. The first con is relatively small and it has to do with the screen. As you might see on the screen right now, it flickers, but that only shows up because the camera is picking it up and it's flicker free in real life. My actual gripe about the screen is the resolution. Although they greatly improved it over the previous Clip Plus, which was only a cyan and yellow monochrome OLED display, the Clip Zip's new full color screen still leaves you wanting more at 1.1 inches and 96 by 96 pixels. To compare it with the iPod Nano, for example, the Nano boasts a 1.5 inch 240 by 240 pixel resolution at 220 pixels per inch compared to only 134 on the Zip. This will show up in album art, for example, where the Zip's artwork will show up noticeably less sharp than the Nano's. A second con is a few quirks in the user interface of the Zip. The odd time while playing music, at the end or beginning of a new song, there will be about a half a second of white noise. I've checked out on the Sandisk forums and it seems like it's a problem with the combination of firmware and some song tags having extra data that cause this. Either way, it is a small problem that shouldn't be there no matter what's in the tags or what firmware you're using. Another quirk is that some of the album artwork doesn't show up. After researching this, it seems it's because there's a limit of 100 kilobytes of file size for your artwork, in preferably JPEG format. This is easily fixable by just going back and correcting the images to proper specs, but if the user has already an entire library of artwork at even a slightly larger file size, they have to go back and redo all the album art. Lastly, with the Zip, you can't view photos and videos of people in full clothing. So that's pretty much it for the cons. Now on to the pros. The first being what's most important in an MP3 player, which is sound. The Zip has a superior digital audio processor with a fully customizable equalizer as well as a strong sound engine to drive higher impedance headphones. Compared to an iPod where you have to assign an existing equalizer preset in iTunes to single or multiple songs before you bring it into your device, the Zip has a much easier system where you can make an EQ preset in the Zip itself and use it for any song on the device and swap it with the existing ones too. And as for ability to drive higher end headphones with more impedance, I have a 50 ohm pair of Sennheiser HD 558s that sound relatively flat on a Nano, but when plugged into the Zip the sound is noticeably fuller, and in both cases no amps were used. Another pro are the features of the Zip. Aside from obviously being a good MP3 player, you can also listen to audiobooks, FM radio, have a sport mode with stopwatch timers, and do voice recordings. It's also AAC and FLAC compatible, with FLAC possibly being the best lossless compression format in terms of file size and quality. So if you are very discriminating with your audio quality, you can hook up a high-end pair of headphones to these, play a FLAC file, and get one of the best portable audio listening experiences. A physical feature of the Zip that I really like goes with its name, its clip. It's very robust and doesn't seem like it will ever break for the life of the player, and is strong enough to clip onto anything. This, combined with the light weight of the player, means you won't even notice you're wearing it. This is good if you're doing any physical activity. While using it at the gym, I've never once felt like it hindered any of my workouts or movements, letting me fully concentrate on the exercise at hand. A last pro is a file transfer system. Unlike the MP3 players by Apple, which force the user to use either iTunes and if not MediaMonkey to manage their media, the Zip has a much larger choice of software you can use it on, like Napster, eMusic, Rhapsody, and Windows Media Player. On top of that, you can simply drag and drop your music, like you do when you move any file, and the Zip will recognize it and play it without any problems. This gives you a lot more options if you're already familiar with one of these programs or just like going no frills with drag and drop. And as I touched on a bit before, it is also compatible with many file formats. And if you're a tinkerer, you can flash a firmware to Rockbox and add even more functionality to the Zip and even play games on it. Lastly, the clip has a card slot, so you can expand the memory past what it already has internally and add even more music for your listening pleasure. This is another feature that some other major MP3 players lack. So all in all, I'm very happy with this purchase, and in my opinion, at this price point, I don't think any other MP3 player even comes close to the features and sound quality this ultra compact device provides. I highly recommend this to anyone who wants a super lightweight player that has great sound quality and doesn't break the bank. So I hope you all enjoyed my review of the Sandisk Sansa Clip Zip MP3 player. If you did, please help me out and rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, my friends, peace!